Here we are with another edition of Spooky Reviews from Spooky Ventures. My name is Gary Hill, and I'm both your host and your reviewer. This is the 207th episode of Spooky Reviews, and this time I'm looking at the Blu-ray release of Subspecies 4 Bloodstorm Remastered. The Subspecies series comes from Full Moon, and it's a vampire series. I'm a big fan of vampire fiction and movies, so I'm definitely a fan of this series. There are so many things to like about the Subspecies series, and many of them are showcased here. Now, I will say that if you come in without having seen the previous movies, you might be a little lacking in knowledge, but they do a good job of catching you up on it. One of the things I really like about this series is how the main vampire, Radu, takes a lot of visual clues from the original film vampire, Nosferatu. He really does resemble that type of more monstrous vampire. There is no regal, aristocratic side to this creature of the night. Now, the whole Bloodstone title for the series focuses on an artifact. It's a stone that is said to contain the blood of saints. It can sustain a vampire if he or she drinks from it. It also endows the vampire with added powers, but it has a corruptive nature to it, making the vampire even more evil. One of the interesting aspects of this film is a concept of being able to treat a vampire to allow them to live a more normal life. Yes, they do need to feed, but they can do it without killing, and they can learn to live among humans as one of them. The movie starts right after the end of Subspecies 3. With Radu seemingly destroyed, two humans pile into a car with the sister of the woman who is a vampire under Radu. They drive off. Unfortunately for them, they are involved in a car accident. The humans are killed, but the vampire in a body bag is still alive. I love that ironic twist. The one in the body bag is the only one alive when a doctor comes upon the wreck. Once the doctor discovers that the woman is alive, she brings her to a friend who is another doctor to try to help her. Now, this doctor knows all about vampires and has the method I mentioned earlier for helping her rejoin the world of the living. Unfortunately for all involved, Radu was not really destroyed, and he comes looking for his sire. Now that brings up another thing that I love about these Subspecies movies. A lot of the story is devoted to interactions and politics between the various vampires. It's an intriguing aspect, full of intrigue and deception and betrayal. I'm not going to get into a lot more detail about the plot to avoid spoilers. Let me just say that this movie is packed full of the exact kind of blood you would expect from a full moon vampire film. There are some great twists along the road as well. I have always been a fan of this series, even though I haven't seen the original 3, or until now this one, in quite a few years. This one really does manage to capture everything great about the series in one film. It's a really creepy thrill ride. Now, in terms of bonus materials, we get a video zone and some Subspecies trailers. For those who don't know, video zones are something Full Moon has been doing for decades. They're behind-the-scenes featurettes and often have previews and other things included. I've always been a big fan of them, and this one is great. All in all, this is an excellent release for fans of the Subspecies series. If you like vampires and haven't seen the Subspecies films, I recommend them for a variant on the usual vampire stories. Spooky Ventures is the home for spooky content and spooky merchandise on the web. Check it out today at spookyventures.com. And remember, always keep it spooky.